Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here with another review of a very nice newer horn. I do a lot of vintage horns. Every now and then I get into the modern day. And this is one of the finest trumpets I think that you can get affordable for the price. This is a Cannonball. I don't know if you can see the nice engraving there that the people at Cannonball do. But technically, I really feel like this is more of a boutique horn. It's a collaboration between B&S, the large German music conglomerate in Germany, and the Cannonball people, which are local in the state of Colorado. I had years ago, in fact, I'll try and put a link up, Cannonball Lynx, which is very similar to this horn. It's a 725 big stone series. They put their little stone here for an additional weight. A lot of people feel if you get the extra weight by the third slide, it really helps the horn out. And they call it the Big Bell. I think this one is about 5 inches, very close to that. Beautiful silver plate. Just very nice. Anyway, I had a Lynx years ago. It's just like this horn, I believe, except for the lightweight bell. This is a very standard, in fact, a very solid seeming bell, as opposed to the Lynx, which is more of a lead horn with its lighter weight bell. About this horn, really a good-looking horn. There is a tiny little crease that is right here, which is amazing because when you set the horn on a flat surface, it is just as solid as can be. But there is nonetheless a very tiny crease right here. You can only see it at certain angles. And let's see. Well, there you get an idea of the reflections off. Just not real significant, but nonetheless, it is there. I actually emailed Charlie Melk, asked him what it cost. Along with that, you've got a ding somewhere here, right there. See, yes, right there. And Charlie said about $40 to do it. Shipping would cost me more than that to get it to him. In fact, I've never used him. He's been very good to give me some prices. I do have a binge that needs a lot of help I'd like Charlie to look at some point. But other things, there's a little ding here. They lost the dimple on this second mouthpiece. Other than that, not a bad horn. Tiny little ping here. I don't even know if that'll show. But the bell is really a good-looking bell. Of course, it's bright silver plate. Lovely scroll work here. And we'll try and give you an idea what it sounds like. Okay. And I'm going to use, to start off with, kind of a modest mouthpiece, similar perhaps to a 3C. It's a Reeves 42C is what he calls this piece. And we'll just doodle around on an old church chorus long ago. Okay, very nice sounding horn to my way of thinking. And what we're going to do, I think that lighter belled horns are able to convey the difference with mouthpiece depth a little easier. And this is, of course, a standard weight horn, be a great symphonic horn, quite open, certainly more open than the Bach Strad with the traditional 25 lead pipe. And I would think this horn would stand very well in comparison to that. Another thing I meant to mention, they have what they call the heavyweight lead pipe receiver here. And you can see a couple of different thicknesses of metal, very solid piece. If we can get that aimed right there so you can see. I've always felt when you get a little more weight on the lead pipe, if it's done properly, it really does secure the sound as it goes throughout the horn. I think that's a huge plus. Okay, now we're going to be using a Trumpet Flugel Hybrid, about a 24 throat, quite a deep V. And we'll play a slightly slower song, give you an idea of the tone. Whoop, pardon me, don't mean to deafen you. It really is neat what you can do with a mouthpiece on a horn. I know I met Wayne Bergeron in the air a few months back, and he was showing me some of his mouthpieces. It wasn't too crowded in the area where he was sitting. Very, very gracious man. And he pulled out his mouthpieces, and then he pulled one out that was a little smaller, and he said, "And this is my secret weapon." And it was a Trumpet Flugel Hybrid. And they certainly are a nice addition to the mouthpiece arsenal. Okay, this is a Purviance P8, quite a shallow piece, and fairly tight throat. I think it's a 27. And we'll raise the first song that we did long ago up a quarter and give you an idea what this horn would sound like if you wanted a little bit more of a commercial or perhaps even leaning towards a lead type sound. All right, once again, that is the Cannonball Big Stone 725 model. Really a great, great playing horn. Fairly open, not too much so. Frankly, a little more than I'm comfortable with. I'm used to a little tighter Venturi lead pipe, but fantastic sounding horn. Thanks for tuning in as always. I'll put a link up to the Cannonball Lynx horn that we had a few years back so you can compare the sound of the two if you'd like. As always, thanks for being with us. Feel free if you'd like to hit the subscribe button. Always nice to hear the comments as they come in. Take care, have a great day, and of course, stay safe.